On an isolated, mostly uninhabited atoll thousands of miles away from Guam, 9 endangered sihek continue to spread their wings in the wild. They were translocated to Palmyra Atoll for the sihek recovery program back in August. These vibrant birds are flourishing in the tropical forests of this national wildlife refuge, away from the invasive brown tree snakes, according to these experts.
There haven't been any wild sihek, as we know, in over 36 years. So this is really our first chance to see the species back out in a wild setting. So it's an incredible opportunity to learn as much as we possibly can about them.
Bird conservation specialists Caitlin Andrews and Kayla Baker, alongside DAR biologist Timona Lapitan, make up the newest team at Palmyra.
It's amazing, just the opportunity to be able to come out here and to pursue a career as a biologist, being able to work alongside and learn from this wonderful team right here, and most especially to see these birds, to study this, the sihek out in the wild and its native species close to home.
They continue to observe the birds' behavior to see how well they transition from zoos to the wild.
All that information is going to feed into future plans to hopefully return them to Guam. So we really hope that Palmyra is a stepping stone to that next step back home.
To do so, each bird was fitted with a tiny radio tracker, but the transmitters died several weeks earlier than planned. It's why Baker says they're currently attempting to recapture the sihek to give them new tags.
It's going okay so far. We haven't been successful in capturing them, but we have been able to lure them down close to the nets. So we've seen 3 birds so far around the nets. And they're displaying lots of wonderful behaviors. They seem to be thriving, and how they're responding to the audio lures and the nets is helping to inform our decision making going forward. So we're going to keep at it and keep trying every day.
Every day for Baker is longer than most. She plans to stay in Palmyra for several years, keeping a close eye on the sihek in hopes they will establish a successful breeding population. Her motivation?
Mainly the driving factor is having spent 4 years in Guam and working with the Sali, the Micronesian starling, working with Guam's native birds, and just seeing how quiet the landscape was and how devastating the effects of the brown tree snake are. That was very motivating to me to try to use my skills in a way to give back to that community that was so welcoming to me during my time there.
While Andrews and Lapitan will be leaving in the coming months and weeks respectively, it's certainly not goodbye.
Having the sihek out here in the wild is really the motivating factor. Seeing them out here, and then hopefully seeing them out here in the wild, observing them, gives us that glimpse of the future and with one day the sihek flying the skies of Guam again.
Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.